I had been divorced 3 years ago, and after the divorce, I actually moved here to California. As a human being, I want to pretend I'm really tough and that there was no suffering. But throughout the 8-year period that I was working on a restoration of my marriage, my mother died, my older brother died, my younger brother died. It's interesting, when I actually came into the grief class, some of those things started percolating back up too, because they were on that same trajectory of time. I knew that there was something spiritual that I needed to deal with. I didn't need another therapist. I certainly didn't need another self-help group. I really needed to work this out with God a little bit further, and also to grow in that experience, because I knew it wasn't wasted. When we got to the part about lamenting to God and talking to God with candor, I thought, wow, you know what? I always put on this face to the world, that I'm A-okay. The assignment was get in touch with your feelings about the experience and write a psalm to God. And I did. It was powerful. It was very powerful. I got in touch with the suffering that I had gone through. When I first wrote it, I couldn't read it without crying. I kind of kept going back to it in my prayer time, and occasionally rereading it. And it seemed like each time I read it, that pain was less intense, and perhaps I could perceive the purpose of it a little more strongly. Ginny asked me to share it with the class, and I said, absolutely not. And she said, well, would you share it with me privately? I said, maybe, but I never did, until she invited me back to a class recently, and I actually shared it to the whole class. If you've had job loss, or if you've had family problems, or if something has changed in the dynamic of your family that you're really grieving, and you don't know what to do with it, or need some help finding the right place to put it in your mind, it is so, so helpful. Because in sharing that grief, it kind of helps us put it in the right place, get it right with God, get people praying in the direction of healing for whatever that is, and also figuring out the redemption of it. Why does suffering happen, and why did it happen to me? It's easy to hide, but it's so much better if you just get the courage up to try going through the door one day. You can drive around in the parking lot but do park, and do come into room 247, and do meet some folks. It's a safe environment, and you will find other people walking similar paths of grief. It's in the community of believers where you can really gather some strength.